Okay, welcome to my new place. We're standing out here in the two-car garage. A little messy right now because I'm still moving in. And I want to do some finish work in here. Part of that finish work will be LEDs. Okay, you find these rolls of LEDs on eBay. They're typically 5 meters long, and there's a few different types as far as size goes. There's a 3620, which I don't even bother with anymore, a 5050, and a 5630. And those, in that order, they get brighter. Now, there's the different styles of white, as in soft white, warm white, and pure white. And I'm a big fan of pure white, especially in a work area. Soft white maybe in the bathroom or something, but I pretty much use pure white all the time. And they also have 3 color models. They can do red, green, and blue. And if you power all 3 colors at once, it turns white. They have a waterproof style with this plastic coating on there, but I haven't found that to be very reliable. Now, where these are coming from, like I guess China or Japan, there's 3M tape on the back of them. But they're obviously coming off of a production line, and these are like the ends off of a much bigger roll, and they're making these up because you'll find splices in them, and that's okay. There's one right there. It's been soldered together. And what happens is these come in little modules, little 3-light modules. You could actually cut where you see these little copper pads. You can cut it and treat that as one separate 12-volt LED module. So they're pretty cool to work with. Now, the deal is that some people don't like them because they use resistors to do the current control, and you're not getting the absolute maximum out of the lights, but this makes it easy. Okay, so now we need a layout. Now, what I've found, the 5-meter length is about as long as you want to go with those. You start getting into voltage drop issues. So here's the typical 2-car garage layout. Now, the most basic setup I would do with these 5630s is we'll have our power fairly central up front here to the whole system. We're going to bring a main power supply wire down to the middle and split it up both ways. And it goes to 2 strips that are, cut down from the 5-meter strips. So you're feeding one long length from the middle. You can't feed them from the end, that's too long. So, get our cars out of the way. That's our basic layout. And then we can do 2 small strips up along the front walls and tap off the power supply right there to those 2. Now, let's get more light in the room if you want to do work. Okay, now you want to light the rest of the room really good. Here's what you do. You can take one 5-meter strip and break it up into 3 pieces and daisy chain the power together and connect that over to your power. And you know, you can run it just about any way you want, but one power supply to catch 3 pieces. Yeah, you could do it something like this if you wanted, as long as you're only getting 3 away from the power source, and that'll really light up the room. Okay, now as far as power supplies, these strips are measuring out at 2 amps. Two amps per 5-meter strip. So, okay, my rough calculations are probably a little on the high side, but I'm only showing about 15 amps to do all that. Adding the fill on both sides to do that whole garage. 15 amps. That's at 12 volts now, so. What do we do for power? Boom. These are a universal 12 volt switching power supply. This one is a 30 amp, 12 volt 30 amp, and they are switching power supplies, meaning it's not running a hot transformer all the time. And when it is working hard, it kicks in a little fan. Its own little fan. Now it's no big deal, except that I have no lights right now until I get the LEDs up. But there's AC in screws, and then you have 3 outputs. They're all tied together. I mean, it's just they give you extra screws to tie your wires under. And these come with a couple mounting hole choices, and you just got to make your own brackets. Oops. Yeah, there's some more. And yeah, there's no problem going a little overkill on these power supplies. They are made in China. So, I'll probably, be working this a little below its halfway mark with just this layout. And I'll be, of course I'll be able to add on stuff. And if nothing else, I'll get another one. And, these come in all different sizes too. But you definitely want to keep this power supply working at like 75% or less of its capacity, or they'll die. As far as laying out the wiring, I will probably, since I'm using steel, I'm actually going to be putting steel roofing on the inside of this building. I'm going to be probably running the wire through grommets up top and mounting. Okay, well, in my case, I will be taping. I'll stick We'll use the sticky to stick it to the ribs of the siding, the steel roofing, and then cover it with clear packing tape. Just like that. That's my method. Now, if you're going to go up against a drywall or a wood, you might want to isolate it with something metal. One thing I've used is it's a frame they use to make your own screens, your own window screens, door screens. You buy little pre-made corners and cut the stuff to size and build your own screen. You would stick this to that, strips of this, and then wrap it with the packing tape. That'll keep it on there. Because you can't rely on this sticky back stuff. It just doesn't, it hasn't held on anything for me, no matter how clean it is. I think that's about it. Questions. Again, these can be cut and terminated. Solder your connections every 3 LEDs at these little solder pads. They're clearly marked. This is the 3 color. And that's pure white, just plus and minus. Again, cut it with scissors, solder wires right on there, good to go. Take all your short pieces, you can join them together and make one long one. Have fun. Okay, just to solder your wire, I'm using an 18, you could probably go to a 20 gauge wire. Go ahead and tin both sides first. Then go ahead and melt them together. I can't see, I forgot my glasses. Okay. Ta-da. Good enough. That's how you do it.